Welcome back.
My guy. What's up, dude? How's it going? Happy Friday, folks. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome back.
DBZ shirt. I love it. Dang it, GG. You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be ready. I was running 13 minutes late today, apparently. Oh, man. Late night, long morning. Trying to make sure everything gets started. Ready to pounce. I would have been on time, but then when I started to play the music, my stream playlist, it was like, nope, not detected, and so I had to restart some stuff. Hey, Supersonic, good to see you this morning. Hello. Sorry, I didn't have chat pulled up right in front of me, so I had no idea. I like to make sure like X and TikTok chat is working. Mostly because, sorry, I'm just a little distracted here, trying to get stuff ready. But mostly because if anyone does chat on either of those, I mean, I like engaging with the TikTok folks just as much as I do everybody else. But X is weird because like random people will chat, but I have no way to monitor like how many people are watching over there. It's like it's not very well integrated with stuff. I don't know where this article came from. I'm trying to find a source for some news. Alright, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Maybe it's on Windows Central. They usually cover that. Ah, yeah. The Sonic 3 and Knuckles is like one of my favorite games of all time. Because the soundtrack, the gameplay, the art style, like, it just is like just one of my most favorite gaming experiences ever. Sonic Wars just was clear, set a challenge for yourself. Oh yeah? Hey Brent, good to see you. Video gaming for you, thank you. I do enjoy DBZ. I'm trying to find a statement that was made, but I don't even know. If I can't find it, oh well. I thought I had seen it, and I don't see some of the bigger outlets talking about it, so maybe it... I don't know. We'll just leave it what we got. We only have a handful of things anyway. Many times Ice Theme levels, the best music. Oh yeah. Ice Cap Zone is goated. But, and I don't care how anybody else says it, Hydro City is like one of the best songs in all of Sonic. I love Lava Reef. Flying Battery is also fantastic. I also really like Marble Gardens. Like, I think Marble Gardens has a whole vibe to it. And then, of course, you have to mention the Doomsday Zone theme. This legendary final boss fight, Sky Sanctuary. All the Sonic music, like all the music from Sonic 3 and Knuckles is really good. The 2-player songs for the Versus mode, fantastic. I feel like the ducking is a little odd to release. Maybe the music's just a little loud. I don't know. Maybe the ducking's actually working. I'm going to turn it down overall. I like this one too. All right. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Happy Friday. We got a few game news articles to discuss. I think I'm going to start doing game news on Friday as well, for consistency's sake. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That makes the Monday show a little easier to prepare for, because I will have covered some of this over the weekend. But also, been doing some like back end brainstorming analytics stuff, and I feel like consistency is better than me just playing random games on Fridays. Now if we do a Friday night stream on a whim, that could be anything, but that could be any stream I do that isn't scheduled. We just have a jam session. That's kind of what, that's what I was thinking. I'll just nod approvingly while everybody else plays an instrument. I don't bring anything to the table in terms of music. I wish I did. I wanted to learn several different instruments over the years and have not done any of them. But that one old guy that joined the LSU marching band at like 60 or 70 years old to play the sousaphone, don't give up on your dreams. Dude made it happen. You're banging Sonic tunes. I could go through a list. I could just DJ. But anyway, all right. Well, let's jump into some articles then. We got a few. I'm gonna switch over to news mode and hit the. Well, let me change the playlist, because I can't have hype music in my ears while trying to read articles and just like share opinions. It ain't happening. Okay. Alright, that should be good, right? Challenges to perfect the first 100 Blue Spheres levels. Currently on level 47. There were 3 with incorrect ring counts. Collect them anyways. Nice. Cat, good to see you. Alright, I'm recording. I have to like intro this for the VOD version. Yeah, you just started. You really missed some little chatty things, but we're going over some game news again today. Alright, let me get this intro done and we'll dive in to the articles. Well, happy Friday. We've got some Xbox Developer Direct confirmations. We knew one was happening in January, but now we have more details on that. And Nintendo has announced some hardware and a new game on NSO. Well, a new old game on NSO. We got another GameCube game we'll talk about. And then we're going to take a look at some of CES game tech that was announced, because I didn't cover any of it this week, and I figure it's worth a look at. But let's jump in first with the Xbox Developer Direct happening later this month right here. We've got they've confirmed that it's on January 22nd, 10 a.m. Pacific time. I need to look at what day of the week that is. I would like to do a reaction stream, because we get an update on Fable from Playground Games and Forza Horizon from Playground Games. And then Game Freak's game that I can't remember the name of. But it's from Game Freak, and it looks really good, so we're going to check it out. I think that's all this article really says. Beast of Reincarnation, that's what it is. And I'd like to check out Beast of Reincarnation. It looks pretty awesome. Supposedly there's some other titles in the works to be announced here. I think there's 2 more, or at least 1 more extra title they're going to go over. Because if this is like a big direct, these 3 games are going to there's going to be a lot of information on them, and I don't see them spending a whole lot of time on like Forza other than to hype us up and show us cars. You know, Fable might get a lot of attention, but I am excited for whatever they show here. It's going to be good to see what's coming next for Xbox, and I guess technically PlayStation as well, and PC. So that'll be good. Yeah, I'm excited for it. We'll do a reaction stream so long as I don't have any meetings or midday obligations on January 22nd. So that'll be awesome. Definitely looking forward to it. All right, let's move. We also got an update. Xbox and Obsidian's Avowed is coming to PS5 a year later. It's an anniversary update. There's some new features announced. Announced at the New Game Plus showcase on Thursday. The PS5 version will release alongside Avowed's anniversary update on February 17th, along with a new Game Plus mode, new races, new weapon types, a photo mode, and more. Avowed's PS5 release arrives 1 year after it debuted on Xbox consoles and PC, and continues Microsoft's modern strategy of releasing its games across multiple platforms. So that's kind of cool. I didn't pick up Avowed. I was going to play it while I had Game Pass, and then they increased the price of Game Pass, so I don't know if I'll play Avowed. It looked kind of interesting. I've heard it's good. From some of the guys on the Gaming Roundtable, I've talked about it, and I thought it was good. So, you know, there's that. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Thought this was interesting. Switch 2's first holiday sales failed to match original console. So a new report reveals that Nintendo Switch 2 failed to match the original console sales during the first holiday period. Switch 2 has been going strong in sales since its release, helping boost hardware sales across multiple months. The new console also reached a sales milestone of 10 million units in November 25. However, it seems things have been declining since then. A report by the Game Business reveals that Switch 2 sales have slowed during the holiday period, with the change more evident in Western markets. Switch 2 fell short by 35% in the United States when compared to the original Switch in the same period, 2017. Situation somewhat similar in Europe, with the sales of the new console 16% lower than those of the previous one in the same period in the UK. However, overall Switch 2 sales in the UK were 6% higher than Switch 1. I think it's just indicative of how expensive everything got towards the end of the year. And people are like, I can't afford things. You know, what do I do? Also, it could be just a new console sentiment right now. Games are expensive. People don't want to pay $80 or even $70 really for games. And so they're not going to. Families are, you know, having to budget a little tighter, and this shouldn't surprise anybody. Like this holiday season was bad for console sales all around, and so with that, that this is bound to happen. You know, even if like PlayStation sold well, it's still, I believe, lower than it has been across the board, just for everybody. And that's due to a lot of things. But I think people are just like, hey, gaming's getting expensive. And also, why would I buy new hardware right now? You know, everything, they're talking about PS6 already. PS6 discussion is in the news cycle. When is that going to happen? Well, now it might even be longer because of the AI and RAM shortage and all of that happening at the same time. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this. Anyway. All right, we got some new Joy-Con 2 colors. I thought this was worth mentioning because they seem committed to the black with the like undertone color instead of the old Switch Joy-Con method of the bright color with like black accents on it or any other color, because like the Zelda ones had different color buttons and stuff than normal. Anyway, I like the colors though. Purple and green, or was it light purple and light green? This is pretty slick. Thoughts in favor of Nintendo? All the artist renderings of the color fully covering the Joy-Con just looks like Switch 1 Joy-Con, so they need differentiation. And regarding the color inside the Switch itself, the Silly Welcome Tour game does state that those are stickers. So it might come with stickers that go and switch to change it from the default. I didn't realize that would look like that, pulling that up. But anyway, I'm not so much concerned about the inside of the Switch matching. I could care less, right? I think that's there for people that don't know how the Switch works, or little kids who need a helpful reminder. I would like to get a set of these so that I have 4 Joy-Con 2s for stuff like Mario Party, but the Joy-Con 1s work just fine. But then everybody could do like the mouse mode games and the Switch 2 specific games for like Mario Party Jamboree. I think that's kind of my thoughts. I don't know. Am I gonna drop $100 on these, or am I gonna wait for maybe like a Zelda or Pokemon edition? That is a good question. I don't know. I might pick these up just so we have another set of Joy-Con 2s, and then yeah, that's what I did with the Switch 1. And then I might get rid of a set of Joy-Con 1s that I've got, because I've got like 3 sets of Joy-Cons for the Switch 1. And then I've got I got 2 Pro controller. I got a Switch 1 Pro controller and my Switch 2 Pro controller. So it's like I have a bunch of control options. It's not hard to figure out. It's just I've only got 1 Switch 2. So is it worth picking these up yet? I don't know. Especially when the Switch 1 controllers work with the Switch 2 just fine. I'm not that worried about it. VT, welcome back. But yeah, I think the colors look cool. I'm down. I'm wondering if the new Pokemon gets announced this year, is it going to get a special edition Switch 2 console? If that's the case, these might wait, right? I might pick up the special Pokemon edition Switch 2 instead, and then that'll be like my second Switch 2, and we'll retire my wife's Animal Crossing Switch 1. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll hang on to it for posterity. I have no clue. Anyway, I think it's cool. People are getting upset about it. I agree, Will. They do have to look different than the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. But I think I like the subtle colors just personally over the top colors. I'm just curious how special edition Joy-Cons are going to work. Because I think they're shaped different enough that you'll know, like, this doesn't have a rail or any mechanism to slide it onto a Switch 1. It's also physically bigger than the Joy-Cons. It's wild Mario Tennis gets the first set of special edition. I don't even think these are special edition. I think these are just alternate colors, and they just coincided it with Mario Tennis because 4-player maybe is popular. You know? That's the only thing I could think. Yo, welcome in, Arroweye Art, bringing in so many wonderful people this morning. We're live doing game news, just talking about the new Switch Joy-Con colors for the Switch 2. The Joy-Con 2s for the Switch 2. Anyway, welcome in, Raiders. Good to see ya. How was the stream? I hope everybody had a great morning. If you're new here, hit the follow button. Appreciate you being here. Let's move on. Maybe. Okay, Switch 2's latest GameCube game is now live, bringing the total to 8. So we got Fire Emblem Path of Radiance hitting the NSO library for GameCube for Switch 2. And I gotta say, I'm not a Fire Emblem fan, but this is awesome because this game is like $200 or more secondhand. And so the only other alternative would be to pirate it, which I would recommend doing. Don't pirate games. Don't pirate Nintendo games, especially. So this is an official way to actually play this game if you were even casually interested in it. Do Joy-Cons 2 work like the Wii remote nunchuck setup? They can in some games. They can in some. Some games it works really well to have them one in each hand. But yeah, anyway, I kind of spaced out there. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm really pumped for this. I'm surprised I didn't see like a trailer, but now I want to go look. And because this is how we can do this on the game news, I'm not gonna pull it up in front of everybody because I don't want to. Oh my gosh, move! We were stuck by my own design. I'm gonna see if Nintendo America posted a trailer on X. On Eggs. They usually post trailers when new games launch. They also did a Mario Tennis like deep dive. Wow, they posted nothing about Fire Emblem. Maybe they'll post it later today. Anywho. Yeah, Path of Radiance being on Switch Online, though, is a big deal. Because that's a really rare game, really hard to get game. And then GameCube games just in general are stupid expensive. Especially the first party ones. So this is a great chance for people to play a game that they might have been interested in. But could not ever pick up because reasons, you know. Alright, let's move on. But I'm really pumped to do it. I might try this game out. I've never played a Fire Emblem before. This one looks cool. I don't know what's going on here, but that bird is wielding a beak while Ike has an iron sword. It's kind of cool. Okay, Games Radar. Alright, let's look at the CES Game Tech, gaming gadgets, their list, and we'll talk about what's good and what's not. Alright, the Belkin Charging Case Pro. Why wouldn't you call it the Pro charging case? I don't know. Hey, King Ryan, good to see you. Thanks for being here this morning. Oh gosh, what are we doing? So this charges and stores the Switch, like transports it safely. That's pretty cool. I think they had something like that for the Switch 1. This thing here has got my attention. The Corsair Galleon 100 SD. It's basically the numpad is now a Stream Deck and has a bunch of customizable hotkeys and some dials and some screens. And I am very much into what this keyboard offers. It is stupid expensive though, and it's not wireless, which isn't a deal breaker, but I do like my cleaner setup of having like a wireless keyboard that I recharge, you know, maybe once a week. I think this is cool. Why is the color design so bad for the extra set of Switch 2 controllers? One of some colors you can actually see. Tricky, they're not bad. You can see them. It's subtle. It's minimalism. Stream Deck keys, Stream Deck for number pad, just use keybinds. Well, Supersonic, that's the thing about the Stream Deck. You can do keybinds. You could even set this to a number pad mode if you wanted. But I think this is super like convenient for a lot of things. Apparently it's gonna have like some really good game integrations too. Tricky, I also think the design was different. It was all black, so it didn't look similar to the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. Remember, the Switch 1 launched with like these bright, like candy color Joy-Cons, right? And they kept that trend up in every custom design after that. They were very bright and colorful, so I think toning it down sets it apart. It's more mature. But anyway, I thought it was cool. The Lego Smart Brick, which we did talk about a little bit, seems cool. They did announce the Star Wars sets for it. They're not stupid expensive, but they still are more expensive than I knew this was going to come with like some kind of premium price increase. And that's expected with this kind of thing. But the Smart Brick is kind of cool. All right, the GameSir Swift Drive. I haven't seen this. What is this? Is this a driving controller? GameSir has long dominated conversations around the best PC controllers, but now it's coming for your steering wheel as well in 2026. The Swift Drive controller includes a miniature direct drive steering wheel in the middle of its face. Gamepad was actually born as a high school project before being picked up by GameSir for funding and eventual release. That does not look great. How expensive is the keyboard? Let's see. Hold on. We can go to the website. All right. And let's see. We'll look. See, I like these integrations. Like, that's super cool. Go away. Oh wow, it's got alternate USB ports as well. That's awesome. Give me the price. Buy now. My gosh, I just want to know how much it costs. Pre-order now. $350. That's a lot for a keyboard. However, I mean, this is pretty tempting. I wouldn't expect it to have been more than 500. 350 is still really steep, but having a bunch of other Elgato products, I would love the Steam Deck integration in the keyboard. A normal keyboard, 150, maybe 200. I paid, I think, 130 for my Razer Black Widow TKL that I'm using now, and then I bought some keycaps for it. So I kind of like that this is technically a 10 keyless with extra buttons. You know, I think that's cool. Hey, Denali hitting the hydrate. Thank you. I just think it's really cool. I don't know. What okay, non-creators in chat, people who don't stream, if you're in chat, does this appeal to you in any kind of way? Just as a gamer, maybe at work you could use this. I don't know. They come with a separate purchase mouse. I mean, a mouse you can integrate. What do you mean? Like, it's just a keyboard with buttons. It's just a keyboard with additional buttons. Now, I'm spying this Copilot button that I'm not a big fan of. I would rather have right control that I never use. Stream Deck is indeed useful work. Yeah, I agree. I wish my job would let me use my Stream Deck at work. It would be very nice to automate several tasks with Stream Deck. But we are locked down. Baby G, welcome in. Oh, good to see it. What is going on with my throat here? My voice cracked. Why? Why are we doing this? Be cool to be lost in how it works. It's really nice. Like, I have my Stream Deck set up for streams that, like, I do all of my transitions between scenes with hotkeys. Don't need that. Plus, I got a new keyboard that has special buttons to hotkey shortcuts. Yes, but do they have screens and widgets? Can they show you what time it is or the weather? That's where my appeal comes in. There's a lot of functionality in just this little thing, and then the two dials, if they work with like the Stream Deck Plus dials, which I really like for volume control, that's super cool too. So I'm kind of interested. Maybe I throw it on the throne wish list that I don't use. All right, where were we on this thing? Says by keyboard, there's a time when I lost control and I couldn't escape. Problem. Didn't really have an option, so I just entered into windowed mode. My gosh, the puns in this sentence. Oh, the keyboard is wireless because if it's USB, it means we saw through the full of broken. Yeah, my keyboard is also wireless, and that's a big like thing for me. I like the neatness of not having a wire. All right, what else I got on this list? Let's see how good it is. The Asus ROG G1000. I think I saw a video on this. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I wish they had a video of this thing in action. Why Game Radar, why do you not have a video of this? Like, you have to see this. All right, let's see if we can find it. What is it? Asus ROG G1000 case. Yeah, sure. Go to the US website. I don't care. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's like everything has so many menus to click through. I don't know if you guys can tell from here. Let me zoom in. Nah, that's the wrong zoom. I done messed up. And I don't know if it's gonna play while zoomed. Loop. No? Maybe not. Yeah, whatever. If we could just find a... I hate this kind of marketing. Look at all... It's cooling. It's a cooling chamber. They call it the thermal atrium. It's your AIO slot. It's got a separate area, which is great. Like, I think it's cool. But the real gimmick is the hologram fans. It's not even gonna play, is it? Oh, jeez. I'm spending too much time on this. I don't know. The keyboard fit. You don't even use a computer. Asus ROG G1000. All right, let's see. Here we go. Just we'll watch the short.
ROG just revealed the world's first pre-built holographic fans at CES. This is the G1000 with a massive side hole.
Now, what I really like is the side and front hologram panels. It's just some big fan blades with LEDs. It's not super fancy, but it's enough.
Holo fan and dual front holo fans. It can display any MP4, GIF, JPEG, or PNG, but it doesn't just look cool. This beast of a PC comes with an AMD Ryzen 9 X3D, ROG Astral RTX.
Oh, it is a pre-built machine.
An X870 motherboard, 128 gigabytes of RAM, and a massive 4 terabytes of storage. And to keep all that power cool, ROG use a tri-zone airflow.
And all it costs is a second mortgage on your house. Anyway, I thought the case was cool. I thought it was worth looking at. I feel like I've been bamboozled. All right, GameSir Hyperkin X5 Alteron. What is this? This looks kind of neat. Let's see. Two brands collide at CES, introducing a modular controller with a scattergun approach to input styles. Alteron was to compete with best mobile controllers. Ah, it's a mobile controller, and you can swap in like GameCube, N64, traditional 6-button layout. That's pretty nice. That seems cool. It looks nice for someone who builds my own. I appreciate simplicity. I'd rather not have a fan that costs $100 to replace when it dies. Yeah, that's fair. That sounds like an activation code. It looks cool. I like this. I just use my DualSense or my Xbox controller on my phone or iPad these days. If I do hook up a controller to those. But if I needed a mobile controller, this is kind of cool. All right. 8BitDo FlipPad. This is really neat. Again, why do they not have it linked to any videos or any other footage? This just connects to your like phone, and then you have like Bluetooth controls for emulators and stuff. I think that's super cool. The Lenovo Legion Pro rollable. Again, this is a video that what is Games Radar doing? This is the worst article I have ever found. Anyway, the screen on this laptop rolls out into like a big widescreen, ultra wide display. Super cool. Like it. It's super expensive. Want to get a stronger, better desktop PC, saving up performance over aesthetics. This is laptop number 5 for the last 10 to 12 years. Next time I want to move to a desktop and more capability. Yeah, for sure. Saving up's the wise thing to do right now because there's no telling what the market's going to look like by the end of the year. All right, mod case for Switch 2. JSaux. I don't know. There's not enough pictures here. I guess that's cool. As a good reason to be sitting next to Belkin on our wish list is more of a grip shell than a full clam shell. It comes packed with features to help alleviate some of the handheld shortcomings. Most obvious is the magnetic charger holder. Power bank itself isn't included. That's fine. Odd Ease Maxwell 2. Some headphones. Is that it? Oh my gosh. I thought there was other stuff. Alright, well. Alright, I guess that does it for the CES stuff then. Whatever. Alright, for our last little bit of this, Final Fantasy VII Remake lead feels a generational shift with new Square Enix developers calling Final Fantasy XIII their childhood favorite, not 6. The company has been growing and changing. It's a pro tip for life. After a certain age, stop asking younger people what their favorite game, movie, TV show, or anything else was growing up. You're just inflicting existential dread upon yourself. Naoki Yamaguchi, director of Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy, suffers a little bit from this, hearing how newer Square Enix staffers became fans of the iconic JRPG series through the 13th mainline installment rather than any of the PS1 classics. The company's been growing and changing as new employees come in, and the company just keeps going on. He explains to Gamer Braves below in an interview that's been further translated by Games Radar Plus. The younger folk who come in don't say Final Fantasy VI anymore, like when talking about the games they played growing up. They say, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 13 was my favorite. So it really does feel like a generational shift. Considering Final Fantasy VII was my first, you and me both, Hamaguchi-san. Oh, this is the author. But then, this stands to reason Final Fantasy 13 arrived in 2009, long enough ago to be a staple for any fresh-faced college graduates entering the games industry. Which makes sense. It's just time to feel old, you know? You talk about what your favorite system was growing up, and a lot of me and my age group will talk about the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis. We'll mention PS2, GameCube or Xbox, N64, or PS1. You know, obviously those three generations were very pivotal in growing up. But now you got like whole generations that are like, oh, I had an Xbox One as a kid. And it's like, you still are a kid. Shut up. The Xbox One isn't that old. And then you realize it is that old. And time isn't slowing down. But I just thought this was interesting kind of from the other side. These guys are hiring devs that are like, my favorite was Final Fantasy 13. And it's like, you're an adult, a working adult. You're supposed to like Final Fantasy 7 and 9, maybe 8. Anyway, well, that's all the articles I actually had for the game news today. It's just a Friday show. I was very lack of prepared for today, but it's something I'm gonna roll out now. I guess we'll do Friday news, but we'll hang out and talk. I'm gonna end the recording, so if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, thanks for being here. Leave a like on the video, comment on any of the things I talked about. Enjoy the rambling and fumbling around I did today, but thanks for being here. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. But we're gonna go just hang out and chat a little bit while I end up in the rest of the stream. But anyway, I blew a kid's mind when I told him the internet came in cereal boxes. I know, right? We had discs that were sent to us. Oh, man. What a time to be alive, right? That went down the wrong pipe. Hey, Will, thanks for hanging out, man. We'll find somebody to raid in just a moment. I don't know what to do with the last 10 minutes. Usually I've just been ending earlier. Honestly. I'm not sure. Do I end earlier today? I guess. Go away, thing. Anyway. I hope you guys have a good weekend ahead. Good Friday at work. I will be on the gaming roundtable today. If all things go well. I haven't been on the show since last year, but like mid-December last year. Things got busy for us. I couldn't make the last show of the year. What games am I looking for in 2026? Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I guess Halo Combat Remake. I forgot what the subtitle is. But I'm looking forward to the Halo remake. I think it's going to be fun. Anything else though? I don't really know. Whatever Nintendo still has to announce. I haven't I'm kind of looking forward to the next Nintendo Direct. This Xbox showcase, it should be good to show us some stuff. You know, I'm really not sure what else is coming out this year. GTA 6, I'm probably not going to play it. I understand the impact. I understand why people are going to be hyped for it. I'm just not excited for it. It's not a game I plan on playing. I tried playing GTA 5 when it hit Game Pass, and I couldn't get into it. I don't know. I was trying, and it was just like, this is all right. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, let's find somebody to raid on Twitch. Thanks for watching, wherever you're watching from. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna send it over. ETA next direct. No, Switch one probably furthermore into indie devs. They'll probably do an indie direct soon. I think we got Pokemon Day coming up, and that'll be like the next big announcement cycle thing. We got Pokemon Day coming up at the end of February, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Hey, Sword is playing Advance Wars again, so we're gonna do that. He's probably gonna wrap up soon though, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be. But if we get like a general big direct, it might be March. I think it could be earlier. They could do a showcase on a specific game. Mario Tennis, the new Mario Tennis got like a detailed deep dive showcase trailer, which Nintendo does a lot. I wish they wouldn't. Personally, I'd rather be excited by or surprised by the potential than being told exactly what's in the game up front, because the people that are disappointed by content not being in the game are going to be disappointed no matter what, and I'd rather buy the game and find out what's in it naturally just by playing and unlocking stuff than being shown what I can unlock like in a trailer. And that's I don't know why I ranted about that right now, but that's kind of my thing with a lot of Nintendo's trailers. The marketing cycle is great. I wish some of the Metroid Prime 4 stuff I hadn't watched. It just showed a little too much for my taste. Not terrible, not disappointed. It was just, could you not go so detailed in your deep dive trailers? Just sell me on some of the mechanics and let me discover everything else naturally. And I feel like I might be in the minority on that, because these trailers get tons of views and people enjoy them and like talking about them, so I don't know. But anyway, we're going to raid Sword and Crossbow. You guys have a great day, a great weekend. We should be back on the stream Sunday night, 6 p.m. I think I'll be live. I will let you guys know. I'll try to post the schedule a day early, so Saturday I should post something. But we'll see how it goes. Love y'all. Have a great day. God bless. Thanks for being here, and see ya.